Welcome to the channel. My name is Ryan, and I am gonna take y'all with me today. I'm riding on the Kubota side-by-side diesel 4-wheel drive. We got a hydraulic dump bed on it, some other things. I'll do a walk around this another video, but I'm just gonna take y'all with me and kind of show y'all my daily feed. How I started yesterday was kind of a little bit of feeding and hay and a little bit of everything. So today I'm gonna kind of take y'all, show you exactly what I'm doing on the feed, show y'all, like I told y'all the other day on the last video, I feed my bigger cows a little less than my smaller cows, and I just want to kind of show y'all the difference. They're kind of, the bigger cows are in a small or a decent sized pasture, but they're not as big a pasture as the smaller ones. But I'm trying to keep them not as much gaining as much weight, I guess you would say. And I'm trying to give these smaller guys more opportunity to graze or eat hay, or little better feed quality. If it's real cold, I'll go get some some crushed or rolled corn or something, throw a little extra corn in there, so their body temperature doesn't drop, because when their body temperature drops, they start losing weight. And so I'm trying to get them back, back up to where these big guys are, and then they'll all kind of be put back together, and we'll get them back to the weight we need to get them, so we can get them bred. So I will be back with y'all in just a minute. Thanks for watching the show, and if you haven't, like, subscribe, and I'll try to put a new video out at least once a week, maybe twice a week. The channel's new, so we'll see how it goes. I'm getting some new cameras and stuff, and kind of different setups, so we can see how the best setup on which way I'm going, if I'm on the tractor, or if I'm in the side-by-side, or even if I'm in my truck. So but I will be back with y'all in just a little bit. Thanks. All right, guys, I'm back. Cows right there, and we will see these bigger cows in just a second. I'm gonna start the side-by-side up. You can kind of hear that fan kicking on, and I'm gonna drive y'all down there with me, and I'm gonna show you how I'm feeding them, and I might even show y'all my call-up call. I was told by an older guy that anytime you really feed, or if the cows aren't all the way in the pens, when they're ready to get fed, always call them up, because if you ever get them out on the highway or something, they know that call, and they also know my truck, and actually all of our trucks. They see our trucks, they're already coming to where we are. They know us pretty well. But if you don't have the opportunity, if you're starting out and you don't have the opportunity to come out every day, thank goodness this is my father-in-law's property, so he's always here. And my brother-in-law, we work for him, so he comes out here every day to load up for jobs and stuff, so he comes out here and feeds them too. But so thank goodness for that. But if this property wasn't at one of our homes or something like that, we may not be able to get out here every day. But anyways, I'm gonna take y'all with me, and we will see exactly how I feed my cows. Thanks for watching, guys. Turn the axle back in just a little bit. I'll show y'all what I'm gonna do here. Alright, I'll kill that side by side so it won't be vibrating so much. It should be a little clearer now. I apologize for that. Hey guys, you see Babe down here in a minute. These are my big cows over here. I'm gonna kind of show y'all how I feed them. I got these 3 little troughs out here because they all kind of pile up on top of each other. I'll grab this white one. You can't really see it, it's behind this bucket. But let me grab this white one and I'll bring it back up here. Good job, babe. She always likes to be in the middle of everything. And she loves playing fetch all the time. Always wants to play fetch. Alright guys, it's the same feed as I was feeding yesterday in that last video. It's got some corn, like they said, it's got some cottonseed in it. It's got a little bit of everything. It's kind of what everybody uses in the winter down here. It's an 18% protein, And I think 3% fat. We had them on something else. I think that was a 6% fat, but it was just a little bit more expensive, so we went back down to this. They were just eating a lot more of that. So anyways, but this little white bucket, it's a 2.5 gallon bucket. It holds 4 scoops. These guys here are just gonna get 12. These guys on the other side, they're gonna get 14. And like last night, it was kind of cold. It was probably in the, I don't know, it's probably right around freezing, 32, 33 degrees. So I'll probably end up feeding these guys 14 and these guys 16 just because it was pretty cold last night. I could definitely tell they were on that hay over there. They've ate a bunch of it just since yesterday. So let me go ahead and feed these guys, and then I'll kind of show y'all what I do. I always put 4 in this big one here. So I'll get started on that. You can see they're all piling in. I didn't want to spend another $150 on another feed trough, so I'm just using what we had around. Had a couple of these buckets laying around. I cut this bucket out of one of them. It's just, as long as they get fed, it's all that matters. So I'm gonna do I'm gonna do 4 in this white bucket here. See, it's just about overflowing. Right about the top off. 4 in there. Sometimes they don't want to go straight to the ones beside it, but after I dump, I'm gonna put 2 in this black one. I'm just gonna put 2 in this bucket, put it in this black little, just a little, let me grab it for you, I'll show you. It's just the bottom of an old bucket. I think this was like a mineral tub or something like that. It's not, I just cut it with Sawzall, it ain't pretty. And I just let them, I put 2 in this because it don't have really big sides on it. And then I'm gonna put 2 more, and that'll be their 12. And then I'll probably put 1 more in that white bucket, and 1 more in that black, the little small black bucket. I'll put 2 in here. Right there, that's their normal 12. And I'm gonna put 1 scoop right here for a little extra. And then 1 scoop right here in this black bucket. Pull this over a little. Come on, girls. Come on. Come on, girls. Yep, 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 yep. Come on, girls. Woo. All right, let me put this lid back on here. And I'm going to take y'all down with me. Just a second. Been having a little bit of leakage with this. I'm trying to make sure it's good and sealed on there. That's why you see I tossed these lids back on top here. We got a bunch of rain coming in, I think late tonight or early in the morning. Come on, babe, let's load up. And anyways, so I will take y'all with me, and we will, I'm gonna scoot you over a little bit. I'm using something that ain't normally used for this. Just one of these, here, I'll kind of show it to you. Let me pull my phone off here. You can kind of see it a little better. I took my phone off I just have it on this little deal. I think my father-in-law's brother, he's into all sorts of, new things. I don't even know what this thing's called. I ain't sponsored by nobody. I think it's called what is this? It says a Robo Cup. That's what it's called right here, Robo Cup. And all it really does is you just squeeze these 2 with your fingers. Oh, that thing's pretty strong. And it's got 2 clamps, and it clamps on anything. I mean, when I say anything, I just haven't had all my tripods, everything come in, and I saw this laying in the garage. So like this right here, I can just put it on that right there, and it holds it. And then I can set my phone in it. And that's all I was doing earlier. It's just trying to, my first video wasn't very clear. I'm sorry, I'm moving around. Like I said, when I get a tripod, it's going to be a lot clearer. It'll be a lot less motion. Like I said, I'm just starting with my iPhone right now. So, but anyways, there's the cows there, and I'll kind of show y'all. I'll do my call when I get down here. I'm gonna try to, they'll start following me down this, and I'll call them up, and they'll start running. They always do. And these guys over here, they're piled in. They'll find that last feed bucket. They just, they usually by the time I feed these guys and come back down, they've usually already came over here to this bucket, and they've already just about emptied everything. And before I leave this place, I just got a little water trough over there. I think it's a 40-50 gallon, something like that, but it's on a float all the time, so it keeps full. It's not a lot. Like I said, we're just getting started. Like I said, this big, that silver trough I showed y'all the other day, that's, I think, 100 gallon. It's going to eventually be moved back over here. That's where it started. And my big, I think 450 gallon, I looked it up last night, I think it's 450 something gallon, 6 foot diameter round trough. Hopefully I'll be doing a video on that pretty quick. And we will, you know, get that put back down there. And I won't need a float on that because these guys, they don't drink that much. Maybe in the summer I'll put another float on it, but 500 gallons, that should last them, you know, 3 or 4 days, especially in the winter now. But in the middle of the summer, we probably will end up just letting them out in that pasture and let them go drink some of that water out of that pond, because it just, you know, our water bills are gonna, you know, quadruple probably. They say some of these, you know, most cows, they'll drink, you know, 20 gallons, 25 gallons. I mean, yeah, I think your average bathtub's about 35 gallons. So, I mean, you can kind of picture that, you know, 3/4 of a bathtub. They drink that per cow every day. So that's a lot of bathtubs to fill up, you know, just trying to put in comparison. But anyways, like I said yesterday, I just got a 55 gallon plastic drum, and I just put a couple boards to hold that lid on. It's sealed real tight, but you can kind of see some of these fence stays. I'm not really gonna do the fence video right now. I'll probably do it later, but you can see these fences have been, you know, hit and beat. I mean, it's pretty, you look down it's pretty straight. It's got some leaners here and there, but you know, it does the job. These guys are gentle as all get out. I mean, they're not, like I said, they're not, you know, if you want a nice close up to him, he's pretty gentle. Like I said, I mean, you know, he might even lick y'all. You never know. Got some good teeth on it though. Anyways, but yeah, and you kind of see these, you'll see those red clips right there in their ears. That's for like just the bangs vaccine and everything. That's when I go to the vet, I get the heifer package. That's what they call it. I think it's $25 a head or something, and then they charge me, I think it's a $15 shoot fee or something per day. But anyways, I get it per head. And they put that clip in their ear and they give them a tattoo, which I can't really do the tattoo right. I can't show y'all a tattoo unless they're in the head gate. They're not that friendly. But this guy here, he didn't get a tattoo. They don't do that really on the steers as much. All he did is just got his regular, you know, his wormer and everything like that. They just gave him, I think, 2 shots, and they, you know, looked him over a little bit, made sure he was good to go. Didn't have any sores or anything on his legs or anything. And these are all young cows, but you know, they are, they're figuring it out. You know, they didn't get up to this property here until about 2 weeks ago. I finally opened them up in this little pasture. I showed y'all a little better. Like I said, there's the side by side there, but anyways, I just opened them up in this pasture. They ate mostly all that grass in that little pasture. You can see Babe running down around there by that hay bale down there. But anyway, so I'm gonna drive on down, and I will see y'all in a minute. And if I can do that call, if they'll kind of hang back into that call, I can get them running up here, show kind of what a call does. I wasn't a believer of it at the beginning. I thought it was kind of crazy, but this old man came out here and kind of showed me how to do this when I got these cows. And I used to call them every single day, find you something you like, and I just yell at them, hey girls, and a little hooper and hollering, and they come on running. So they'll usually, no matter what they're doing, they'll pick their head up immediately, because they, you know, I can come down to this black gate down there, and as soon as I get out of my truck before I even open the gate, I start hollering, and they'll start walking across this hill right here trying to see where I'm at. So anyways, but what's up, buddy? You wanna smell it? He's kind of like a dog. He smells everything. And if y'all ain't ever had the opportunity to hand feed cows or anything, it's definitely a different feeling. Their tongues are like, I would say, 40 grit sandpaper. I mean, that's the best way I can kind of put it. He's gonna get close up on y'all guys. You can see him try to stick his tongue out. Come here. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come on. Look. You want to lick this again? Look. Oh, you want a head scratch? I'll scratch your head, I don't mind. There's Babe over there. Babe and the cows, they've got a love-hate. Babe usually tries to run them, which it doesn't do me a lot of good running their fat off, but she's been getting better at it. I hadn't been letting her just run wild out here. I've been trying to keep her with me. You know, sometimes when I do show up, she's down there, but a lot of times I just find her laying down in this little alleyway, just watching them, you know, kind of keeping it up. And you know, making sure they're doing okay. I guess she kind of counts this as or these cows are her herd, even though they're kind of not, but they kind of are too. You know, she watches the place. Like I said, I think I tried to talk to my father the other day. I think it's right at like 37 and a quarter acres, the whole place. It's the house too, but all these pastures here, I measured it all out with this alleyway. It's right at like 7.5 acres, and then back there, I guess that would be that's probably a 5 acres there, probably around 25 acres, maybe 30. I don't know exactly on the measurements. I haven't measured that big pasture. It's a lot of work to measure them big pastures. But anyway, so that's kind of what they're, you know, that's kind of the deal there. I'll end up showing y'all the fencing and that property a little better, and way back there is some bad fencing we're gonna have to fix up pretty quick. But if y'all remember the last video, I told y'all about all these cedar trees and stuff. This is where these guys kind of hide. You can kind of, I don't know if you can see it a little better now, but you can see all those pine trees, and all those pine trees are right on the dam of a pond. So right about where my phone's aiming right now, there's a small little, it's like a small cedar tree. The top of it's dead. They will just hug right up under that, right at the corner of our kind of property fence, and they'll lay down right up in there. And just about rain, hail, we've had some hail here, nothing. They lay right up under there and they don't get touched. It's kind of like them cedar trees are pretty thick, so it covers them pretty well. You know, they're animals and they're not dumb. You know, they're not just gonna hang out in the middle of a pasture when it's hailing. They're gonna find somewhere to hide. But you know, they may not seem smart, but these cows, they are very, very smart. You know, they may do some stupid things that we may think as a human, but they are, you know, pretty bright animals. I would say they're just as smart as a dog sometimes, you know. But anyways, let me get all this stuff put back in the side by side, and I will get back with y'all in just a minute. Thanks guys for watching. All right guys, I'm back again. I'm gonna show y'all kind of my feeding. I just got y'all up on the side by side on a little cup holder mount for now. I got some tripods and stuff ordered, so it will get a little better. And I'm sorry if it is a little vibrating and stuff when we're driving. I'm trying to help that, but I ain't got any way really to fix it right now. I've got a couple tripods that are made to mount kind of like that is, that have some little rubber grommets in there to help with the vibrations, and I'll do some reviews on those too. And if somebody has a really good one they want to send me, please give me put it down in the comments. I'll give you my email or phone number. You can give me a call, and I'd love to do a review on it, and I will give you my opinion on it after I try it for a while. If y'all kind of do something like this and you just, you know, say, hey, you know, this is a really good tripod, I bought another one, I don't care, even use stuff. Like I said, I'm just getting started in this, so if y'all want to send anything, or you know, or you recommend something, put me a link down there to Amazon, wherever you can find it. If it's a website that, you know, only that website carries it, that's fine. Send me the website. I'd love to look into it, and give me your opinion on it. If you've got one, give me your opinion, see what you think about it, you know, because I'd love to get some proper equipment. Like I said, I'm just starting with my iPhone now. I am looking into maybe going a GoPro route or something like that. But anyways, let me get back to what we're doing here. I'm gonna feed these guys here. You can see they're kind of hungry. They're ready to eat. I just always want to play fetch. Might be able to get this guy to eat from my hand here. Let's see if he'll eat from my hand. Yeah, he's pretty hardcore, man. He you know, pretty sure this is one of the gentlest one there is, which he is a dairy cow, so he is pretty gentle. I don't really think any of these I could really hand feed. I could try it, but I don't think they're actually going to let me hand feed them. I got a couple of the big ones I can definitely hand feed, and you can see Babe's messing with these guys. Here, guys, come on, come here, come here, come on. Here's Jerry, here's Jerry. Come on, Babe. Come on, Babe. Reach out so far, man. Oh, that feed is killing me when I have it. Yeah, he's terrible, man. He'll probably eat my hand off in a minute. Yeah, it is literally Their tongues are so coarse, so coarse. Like I said, it's probably the most hardcore sandpaper you can ever find, and that's about their tongue. So, anyways, I'm gonna put 8 in here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And another thing, if anybody's got any better ideas on feed storage, this is kind of an easy way we figured out real fast. It's kind of it dries it in. Those metal barrels, they're not sealed usually. So that's what I was kind of worried about, is the rain, the condensation. These plastic ones, we really don't have an issue. I have a little issue on the lid. One of these little, I guess, little holes you can open to pour it out or whatever. It's got some kind of leak. I'm gonna end up siliconing it, I'm pretty sure, for now. And I don't really use them for anything, just a lid. So anyways, I'm gonna take this eight scoops in here and feed these guys. It's the same feed I was feeding yesterday. Let me move this barrel so you can see a little better. Anyways, let me open this up. I'm gonna go ahead and feed these guys. Come on, come here, come on. Woo! I'm just gonna do 2 buckets with these guys today. I usually give them 14, which would be a full bucket and 6. But today I'm just gonna go ahead and give them 2 full buckets. It was real cold, and we've got some bad weather coming in tonight down here in East Texas. So. All right, there's 8. And I'm about out. I probably got enough to get me through this weekend. Maybe Saturday or so. I got some more in that other barrel up there. But I'm going to feed these guys this other 8. And then we're going to head on. Come on. Give me some food. Come on. I'm gonna put this lid back on here and I'm gonna call it a day. So it's pretty cool out here today, so I'm gonna just get on to the house and I'll make another video. If y'all want to see something a little more in depth, you know, I don't mind showing it. Just let me know what you want to see, and you know, I will definitely you know, show y'all anything you want to see. I appreciate y'all watching this, and I'm going to head on and I will upload another video as soon as I can. I think the next video is probably going to be just kind of a view of this whole property. I'd like to kind of show everybody, in case you're looking at purchasing property or leasing property, what to look for and what not to look for. You know, something kind of not to worry about, you know, I mean, but anyways, I'll get on that on a later video. Thank y'all. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do, man. I mean, that helps me see that people actually care and they want to see my videos and they want to hear, you know, what I'm showing, because I enjoy showing people what I'm doing. Like I said, the reason I'm making this page is to show people what I couldn't find, or I could find bits and pieces on YouTube or different, you know, different question pages. And And you can find a lot of stuff just from your, your co-ops, your, either co-ops, regular feed stores, not as much because they won't have the population that a co-op will. Co-op, you can come in there for dog food all the way to hay trailers, grain silos. They can just about get anything.